Ahoy, ahoy, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the O Show. I'm O and I'm here for your amusement. All right, so it is the month of November. It is time to be thankful, and I am thankful today because Tyler Perry has graced us with another movie. Okay, now, don't be hating on me, y'all. I know, every time I talk about a Tyler Perry movie, it's trash. But I do have to say, I kind of like this movie. I didn't love it. Okay, don't get it twisted. I liked it. It's really giving like Hallmark holiday vibes, right? But I am happy that we don't get another movie where like the main woman is being beat by her boyfriend or like verbally abused by her husband, right? So hopefully Tyler is taking a break from giving us so much domestic violence. So I was like, okay, fresh little movie, right? But I don't know, man. Like again, I think Tyler Perry needs like a writing partner, man. Like he tries to do so much with these movies, and I'm like, if you just take away this and take away that, and pay attention to what you write, because sometimes he'll have a character say something, and then 20 minutes later, they kind of contradict what they just said 20 minutes ago. I don't understand why the actors who say these lines are like, wait a minute, but then you have this other character say this. So if I say this, it's not going to make sense. Why don't people question this man? Okay, so we have this movie is called Finding Joy. Okay, it is streaming right now on Prime Video. If you're interested, I don't know after this review, I don't know if you want to watch it or not, but I do say go watch it. It's cute. Just put it on in the background while you're like doing stuff. Okay, so the movie stars Shannon Thornton, and I was looking up to see if I knew her from anything else, and I guess I do know her from P Valley, which I can only catch when Stars has like that free preview weekend thing because I don't have Stars. But yeah, she's from P Valley if you're familiar with that show, and she is playing an assistant to a fashion designer, right? A fashion designer named Patrick, not Patrick, Patrick. Okay, so who dogs her, right? So she is getting some kind of abuse in this movie. I guess she used to make all these designs and things, and this man stole them, right? I guess he stole the fabric, the color. It didn't change anything, just put his name on it.
Are you Patrick? No. I am Patrick. Yes, you are. You are but a fifth-string designer assistant. You often forget that.
So we're at a fashion show, and we see Joy's two best friends, also her roommates, Ashley and Lydia. Now I thought this girl's name was Lydia, like Lydia, but looking at the credits, it's Lydia. It's like, oh, it sounds like her name is Lydia the whole damn movie. But anyway, so they're like the comic. Well, Lydia's the comic relief. I don't know these two women. I looked up the one that plays Ashley, and I guess she was in that show Ballers. Now I did watch Ballers, but I don't remember what her part was. So anyway, yeah. Also, we're introduced right away to a man named Colton, right? This white man. No, but Colton is sitting in the front row of this fashion show. Like, who is he? I don't know. What does he do? How did he get a front row seat? But anyway, he's over here blowing kisses to Joy, and she's catching them, and her friends are like, look at these two. So Joy seems to think that she is in this relationship with Colton, right? So right away, she's like, oh, we're in love, blah, blah, blah. And of course, the friends are like, are you though? Because, you call him, he don't call you back. You invite him to places, but he doesn't invite you anywhere. So after the fashion show, there's like this after party thing. Colton comes up to Joy and kisses her on the forehead. So right away, like, okay, obviously he's not in this relationship, but she is. And then it's weird because Lydia then even says like, aren't y'all are dating, right? Like, ain't she your girlfriend? And Colton doesn't say yes, and he doesn't say no. He kind of just talks around it. So you're like, okay, writing. He obviously has some kind of other woman on the side or something, right?
I mean, you and Joy are dating. Believe it.
Come on, Joy knows how special she is to me. She'll always be my best woman.
So he goes, I want to invite you to my family's house in Colorado. Now they're in New York, right? He's like, I want you to come to Colorado to my family's place, meet my parents, and there is something very important I want to ask you. So of course Joy's thinking like, oh my God, he's gonna propose. The other two are like, she can't ride with you? Because he's like, I'm going to go to DC and then I'm going to get this plane that my dad's going to get for me. And then I'm going to fly there. But I'm going to get you a plane ticket and you just come by yourself. What is this? The storyline to Why Did I Get Married? So, yeah. So anyway, so she's packing the next day. And then she says, when she shows like this, I guess a nightie or something, and I don't know if it's a dress, but she shows this nightie or something to one of her friends, and the girl was like, "Oh, you know, you're going to Colorado. It's cold," and she's like, "Yeah, I checked the weather, but you know, I got to be hot." All right, now keep that in mind. She said she checked the weather, right? Oh, and then we get this funny scene by Lydia.
Look, I already know that you don't like this, Lydia.
But it's not even like that. Look, what is that?
The sun. It's called light.
I will say that Lydia is like the best part of this movie. She's so fucking funny. I don't know who this lady is. However, there are some things later that like scenes she's in and she's doing things that just go so long. Like I get the joke. Can we just continue with the movie, please? All right. So anyway, Joy finally goes to Colorado. She gets picked up at the airport. She gets taken to the parents' house, and then she meets the mom. And the mom tells her, like, oh my God, like, there's a big snowstorm coming. There's going to be 60 feet of snow or something ridiculous number right like that. And Joy's like, oh, really? Oh, no. Now, this is what I mean. Joy said she checked the weather. So you should know there's a big snowstorm coming. But yet the mom is all like, there's a snowstorm coming. And it's going to last for like probably a week. Why doesn't Tyler Perry like put those two things together to make sense? I don't get it. Right? So anyway, right next to the mom is this blonde girl. Now she doesn't introduce herself. Why doesn't she introduce herself? She just says, oh, we've heard so much about you. Okay, well, we don't know about you. Who is you? Okay. So I guess we're supposed to assume this is Colton's sister. Right? Anyway, so they go inside. There's a Christmas tree. I guess we don't know when Christmas is coming, but I guess it is the Christmas season. So there's this whole thing where Colton's like, I can't wait. I need to ask her. And the mom was like, you want to ask her now? And then one girl's like, oh my God, let me get my camera. I got to record this. Right? So, of course, again, Joy thinks she's getting proposed to. But no, this fool asks her to be his best man. Best man? What does that mean? Well, apparently the blonde girl, I guess her name is Heather, she is his fiance. And then Joy turns around and sees, like, there's pictures of them together. Like, he did all this drama to ask this lady to be his best man in his wedding because he's like, she's his best girl, like in real life. I don't remember when in the movie they say this, but apparently they only been knowing each other for like 2 months. And he's like, but you're like the best person I've ever known. Like he keeps talking about the boys, like, yeah, you know, you're better than the boys or my guys or whatever he says.
Heather said yes. And I want you to be my best man.
What do you say, Joy?
Oh,
Oh my God, you did all this just to ask her that, and it had to be recorded for her to just say yes. What does this mean? Like she has to put the bachelor party together? Like that's all. The maid of honor or like the best man, all they do is work. They gotta do more work than everyone else. What stupid shit. So she goes upstairs into the bedroom where she's gonna be staying at, and she calls her friends. One girl's like, she wants to say I told you so bad.
Go ahead and laugh, Lydia.
No, that's not funny.
So you're just gonna wait until I hang up?
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Lydia.
So anyway, Joy's like, I gotta get out of here. So this girl opens the window, throws her luggage out, and she jumps out the window. So of course, no one hears this, no one sees this. But my thing is like, you just fell out the second floor window. Didn't someone do that in another Tyler Perry movie? Like they jumped out the window? Oh my god, yes. What, I forgot which movie it was, but I see it in my head. But like, how do people keep jumping out of windows and don't get hurt? I know she fell into like some snow, but she still just gets up and just walks like nothing happened. Now you know my ass flies out of a window. I'm gonna be unconscious. My legs gonna be twisted. Like, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, this lady goes into town and she ends up at the airport, and there's no flights because there's a big storm coming. So there's no flights going in or out. And she manages to rent a car. It's this little, I don't know what car it was, but it's a 2-wheel drive something. And the lady even says, like, well, if you rent this, you got to stay local. But this girl's about to drive this thing to New York. But she's driving, which seems to be a snowstorm. Even though a snowstorm is coming, apparently to everyone else, it hasn't hit yet. But we see her driving in snow. Anyway, she's driving away. Her GPS is going crazy because I guess the signal is lost or something. At one point, the GPS says, like, you're not even on any road anymore. Like, the road is ended. And she's driving. She ends up spinning and she gets stuck. She gets out of the car, but now the car door is locked, so she can't get back in. I don't know how the car door locked, but whatever. And then, surprise, surprise, she's on top of a lake. And it cracks. And her and the car go into the water. That's not funny. Why am I laughing? It's stupid though. Because this lake is so damn deep and shit. Like everything is just sinking. Oh, so you're like, well, she's dead. Well, guess what, y'all? She's not dead. So she wakes up and she's in this cabin. And she's looking around. She got no clothes on. And all she sees is a man picking up a knife. So she freaks out and runs out the cabin screaming for help. Realizing there's no one around, so she has no other choice but to come back in. So we are now introduced to this hot black man, of course. Why can't he just be like a regular old black man? I don't know. But that's always the hot guy. So we meet Ridge. And Ridge is played by this dude. I don't know how to say that name. I don't know where he's from. He's in a lot of things. I don't know. I must not have seen him. So, yeah. So, y'all, it's pretty much her in a cabin with this dude. Of course, they don't get along at first. But now, since they're stuck in this cabin during the big snowstorm, they get to know each other and feelings start to happen. I mean, what else was going to happen? For a big chunk of the movie, we just start getting scenes where the two friends are in New York. They're trying to figure out where Joy is because apparently one was tracking her phone, and then the tracking stopped when she went into the lake. So her phone's in the bottom of the lake and everything. So now they're worried, like, oh my god, she's gonna die. She's gonna be getting killed, and they're trying to call the sheriff office in Colorado. Just don't know how they got to where they called, but whatever. Somehow they found Colton's number. They reach out to Colton. Colton's like, yeah, she left. Oh my god, like I don't know where she went. He's not even panicking. He's just sitting on the sofa like, doo-doo-doo. Oh, what? Let's go to the sheriff. I'm gonna go to the sheriff's office right now. Why didn't you go to the sheriff's office before? And it's really hard to figure out what day it is. They apparently it takes place 37 days. But as this movie keeps going along, sometimes you see like, oh, it's nighttime outside. Are we the next day? Are we 2 days later? We don't know the time frame that's happening in this movie. it just keeps happening. Oh, and before I forget, there was a scene where Colton and his fiance, when they went to go check on Joy after she jumped out the window, they go into the room and they figure out that she's not there. And then the fiance, she's like, where does she go? Doesn't she know there's a big storm coming? And then Colton's like, yeah, my mom told her about it. But I found that funny too, because not only did Joy say she checked the weather, and then when she got to the house, the mom was like, there's a storm coming. And Joy's like, what? Heather was standing right next to the mom when the mom said there's a storm coming. But now Heather is asking Colton, like, doesn't she know there's a big storm coming? And Colton's like, yeah, my mom told her. Heather, you were there. Y'all, I swear, I'm not nitpicking this movie, but when you put stuff in it like that, you can't ignore it. I literally had to stop the movie. It's like, wait a minute, was it Heather standing next to and sure enough, yes, Heather's right there when the mom says. There's a part where Joy needs to go to the washroom and Ridge is like, yeah, there's an outhouse outside. And so Joy has no other choice but to use it. And then Ridge is like, I'm going to go and shoot some food because we need food before the storm comes. This fucking storm. So this girl sits on the toilet in the outhouse and apparently it's wet. So since she's dry, she gets stuck to the seat. So she cries out just as Ridge is about to shoot this elk, like the fakest elk in movie history. Look at this elk. I know Tyler Perry has a lot of money. You mean to tell me you made a movie and you put this fake ass elk in here? Which it's fine if it's fake. But I mean, look at it, how it runs away. That is so bad. I was fine with it just standing there. But when it runs away, what the hell? So then Colton comes, not Colton, what's his name? Ridge. So then Ridge comes over and he's like, when you sat on the toilet, like, did you wipe it off? And she's like, no. And then he says this.
Okay, well, you should have dried it off.
How was I supposed to know that?
You never saw the movie Christmas Story where the kid gets his tongue stuck to a pole?
What are you talking? What? Help me!
So I kind of get where he's going with this reference. But in A Christmas Story, the kid stuck his tongue to a pole. She sat on a cold toilet seat. And then when he gets her off the toilet seat, shouldn't there be like more pain? See, people keep doing stuff, keeps happening to these people. So like this girl jumped out of a window, got up like nothing happened. Now she sits and gets stuck on a toilet seat. And when he has to snatch her up, I will assume like there's a blister or like her skin maybe got peeled off or something, or she'll have a scar. I don't know. I would assume there will be more pain getting yanked off of a frozen toilet seat. But no, she just gets up and she's in his arms and then she's like, oh my God, get out, don't look at me. You're supposed to think it's cute. Alright, so the thing that also just bothered me in this movie is the fire in the fireplace. I kept looking at this fire like, is that real? Like these people at one point, like they're sitting right next to the fire. Now, I have a little fire pit outside. I know when I stand next to it, it's fucking hot as hell. But if you're in a house, sitting next to the fire, it just burns so perfectly. And I was like, they couldn't have like just a real fire going. Like it's so colorful and roaring and beautiful and just perfect. But the light doesn't match the fire in the fireplace. Like when they're supposedly next to the fire, you're supposed to see like the crackling of the fire, like, but you're not. It's like it looks like one of those like fire light bulbs that you plug in. It looks like a flame is inside the bulb. That's what it looks like when it's like hitting people's faces and their clothes. But when you have this roaring fire, nothing's matching the fire like in the shadows or anything. Oh my God, that fire was driving me crazy. There's a part where Joy goes outside to get firewood, but there's firewood already in the house. So Ridge is all pissed at her. Not only because she left the damn door open, letting all the heat out, but she has like a quilt wrapped around her and then she gets it caught on a nail. So she rips it and he's pissed off. So anyway, his story is that he's in a cabin that his mom loved. So it's not his house. It's like a family cabin. And he's there because he doesn't want to be home with his brothers and his father because his mom passed away 2 years ago. And 6 months later, the dad remarried. The brothers were fine with it, but he wasn't. He's like, oh, he replaced mom. And turns out the mom's name is Joy. So when Joy comes into his life, now he's all conflicted. Like, ooh, what's this mean? Is this a sign? My name is Ridge. So that's his backstory, right? And then she tells him her life story in the fashion or whatever. She fixes the quilt, which I don't understand where she got the needle and thread from to fix the quilt. She didn't say like, oh, I found this needle and thread over there. She just has it. Like, hey, I fixed your quilt. How? Where did you get the stuff for it? That's not explained. Okay, look, there's this part where Ridge is taking a bath, like he's washing himself in the corner of the cabinet. So there's a sheet up. So now you just see you see his chest and his muscles. But there's like this weird light like below him. What is this light? Why? What? You know what? I mean, I'm glad that this big sweaty man is like washing himself. We never see Joy wash herself. Because at one point, since there is an outhouse, I was like, so is there like a sink inside? Is there a tub? Is there a shower? I guess the answer is no, because is he washing himself from a bucket? Like, we don't see where he's getting this water from. I don't know. Is Joy just walking around stinking? I ask these questions because at one point, eventually, the two have sex. Okay. So now I'm just wondering, like, y'all been stuck in a cabin. I know he washed himself at one point. And we have a sex scene, but Tyler Perry doesn't show us the sex. So, again, nice. Okay. Remember that movie, was it Mia Culpa? It turned into like a porno between Kelly Rowland and that dude. Oh my God. There's ass all up in our faces. Here, this is a nice movie for the whole family to enjoy, right? So they don't show you anything. They just cut to the next day. So now the next day comes, and Ridge is feeling salty as hell because now he has feelings. And now the snowstorm is over. Like, we don't ever see the snowstorm. I was waiting for like the cabin to be shaking, what happened to this 60 feet of snow that the mom said we're supposed to be getting? We didn't get it. I was waiting for like shit to be hitting the windows and hail. You talk about a snowstorm and we never see the goddamn snowstorm. But anyway, they have sex and the next day is all nice and beautiful. So he's like, well, I could take you to my truck, a truck that we never ever see, ever. He goes, I'm gonna take you to my truck and then I'll take you to town and then you can go home. So of course she's all like, oh my God, I'm so happy to go home. Which now he's like, oh, so now you happy to leave, right? So she comes outside and he's all like, come on, we gotta go. Now he has an attitude now because, they were drunk and they had sex and now he's in his feelings. But seriously, where are they going? Look, they're walking so far. Where's your truck? You would think the truck would be parked right outside the cabin, but it's not. So, they're walking, and then all of a sudden it's a miracle because here's the sheriff, here's Colton, and somehow Lydia and Ashley flew from New York just in time to meet up, I guess, with Colton, and then Colton to meet up with the sheriff. I don't know. We don't know. But here they are. How do they know where to go? Where's the road? Is there even a road? I'm so confused, you guys. Like, so Lydia turns around to say bye to, not Lydia, shit. What's her name? Joy. Joy turns around to say bye to Ridge. But again, he's in his feelings. So he's already been walking off. And she was like, oh, I guess I can't say bye to him. Which I don't understand. Because you're outside. Why couldn't you just be like, hey, thank you. I'll miss you. Something. But she just goes, oh, he's walking away. Oh, well, I guess I can't say goodbye to him. Yell at his ass. I don't understand. Okay, y'all. So we fast forward 3 months. And Joy's at work. And here comes Patrick. And he's over here like, here's the, I don't know, the chief or something, a fashion magazine or somebody. And he's like, hey, we got this email and it says that all these designs were yours. Is that true? So, of course, she's like, no, it's all Patrick. Like, he did everything. Blah, blah, blah. But at one point she did say, okay, yes, it's mine. But, he put his final touches on it. He made it all come to life or whatever. And then she gets fired. It's so weird how this plays out. So you approach her and say, hey, we got this email. Is this true? And she admits, like, yeah, it's true. And this guy's like, okay, well, you can't be sending emails, so you're fired because we found out the email came from your computer. Oh, okay. So she gets fired. That doesn't make sense to me. All right. Anyway, she goes home and confronts her roommates. And of course, it was Lydia. And Lydia's like, okay, I did it, girl. But I'm so sorry. Like, it just had to be done. So Joy storms out of the apartment. And who's outside the door? Fucking Ridge. Where did Ridge come from? Now, first of all, Ridge talked about how he had no phone. He had no computer. There was no TV in the cabin. I don't even think there was a radio in the cabin. There's no walkie-talkie or anything. Because even Joy was like, if there's an emergency, what do you do? He really didn't have an answer. So I don't understand how this man. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't have it at home. Again, this is just a family cabin. I think he lives somewhere. Well, he obviously lives somewhere else. But maybe he has all that shit just at home. He didn't have it in the cabin. But my thing is, 3 months later, you just in New York. Like, did she ever give him her address? Again, this is the same people who he walked away when he walked her back into civilization. She didn't say, I'll call you, or I left you my information. See, that's what they probably should have done. They probably should have showed him walk back to the cabin before she left out, and then he found a piece of paper, and she says, thank you, if you're ever in New York, here's my number and my address. See, if they show that, then I will believe, like, 3 months later, I guess he decided to take her up on her offer. But they never do. Nor does he say, I found your letter, or I found your note, or you left me your phone number, like, you left me your address. He just shows up. Oh, my God. Why? So then she brings this man into her bedroom, well, to get away from the two nosy roommates, and they're talking about stupid shit. So then this happens.
What? Well, your boss called, and they want you to come down to the office.
What did you do?
Nothing. I swear. Nothing.
So apparently her job called her back to say, like, they want to talk to her. Now, this is the same day, right? You just fired her, but then you called her and said, come back. So she does. When did her phone ring? So her phone would have had to be, like, in the living room or something for the two roommates to answer? Why would they answer her phone? I don't know, Tyler Perry. So anyway, you got nosy roommates talking to people who called someone else's phone. Okay, so anyway, so she goes she goes back to work. And it's so funny because she goes into, like, the guy's office, right? And he's just sitting on the desk, like, waiting for her. Has he just been sitting there waiting for her? Like, what if they decided to go get coffee or lunch before they go back to the office? If she didn't knock on the door or anything, she didn't go like, and he was like, yes, come in. Oh, hey, it's me, Joy. She just walks into the office and he's just on the desk just waiting like, yes, I've been wanting to talk to you. Who does that? So Patrick is in there too. So anyway, this man was like, I got in contact with your college designer, professor, or somebody, and he sent me copies of your sketches or some stupid shit. What? when did this happen? Today? Yesterday? That makes no sense. So anyway, he's like, I see he made all these designs and blah blah blah, and we're gonna fire Patrick, and now we're gonna make Joy Lynn design now. Like he already has a damn logo made on his tablet. But she turns it down. And then she goes into the hallway and starts talking to Ridge, and he's like, oh, I don't want like years down the line where we're at home in Colorado and you're like, ooh, what if I did this and what if I did that? And she's like, wait, down the line? He's like, yeah, I want to marry you. Do you know her birthday? How do you want to marry this girl who you got stuck in a cabin with for 7 days? Oh God. So then he's like, follow your dreams. You know, all the dreams you told me in the cabin. So she goes back into the office. And again, she goes back into this man's office, doesn't knock or anything. She just opens the door, and his ass is still sitting at the desk, like waiting for her. Like, sir, do you not have a chair in this office? Anyway, she goes in. I guess she takes the deal. And then the movie ends with her and Ridge getting married in like a barn. Of course, because they're probably in Colorado. I don't know. Oh my God, you guys. Here's my question. Ridge never said what he did for a living. Does he have a job? Or are we going to live in this cabin? We're going to live off the land? What does he do for work? How did he afford a plane ticket from Colorado to New York? Is she like, that's probably why he told her to follow her dreams and take that job, because he ain't got no money. I need you to support us both. She's married him for his looks. Did he even say what his last name is? My God, you guys, like, I'm serious. I gave this movie a chance. I'm serious. I went in with an open mind. I'm like, this is gonna be a different day, a different Tyler Perry. God, why does this man not get a writing partner? I swear. All that said, again, it's not a holiday movie. It's just like this romantic thing with a lot of comedy, thanks to her friends, particularly Lydia. I do want to kind of see more of her and some stuff. She was funny. Yeah, so that's Finding Joy. I guess you know, we had to find her at the bottom of a lake. Ridge is finding joy again in life, but he literally found joy because her name is Joy. I don't know. This title is like messing with my mind. All right, so if I had to rate Finding Joy, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I feel super bad talking about Tyler Perry so much. Oh my God, I don't want to take all these shots. I'm gonna give it 2. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 shots. Okay. Oh man, now I gotta take 3 shots. Son of a. All right, you guys. Cheers. Oh God, I did it wrong. Hold on. I'm so pissed. All right, let me know in the what's that called? The comments below. Did you see Finding Joy? If you saw Finding Joy, let me know what you thought. I want to know what other people think of this movie. Now, I said before, I think the last movie I did that Tyler Perry made was Medea's Destination Wedding. Okay, so I figured it out, right? Madea movies are for a particular age group. It's not for me. It's for like my mom, my aunts. You know, they're gonna sit down and be like, "Oh, watch a good movie." And because every time my mom watches a Tyler Perry movie, she gets up and she's like, "I enjoyed myself. I loved it." Okay, well, You're welcome, because that's who the movie was for. This, you got younger people. I guess it's supposed to be kind of more for me, I guess. Which, again, I'm not saying the movie is horrible. It's different from all the other stuff I've seen him do. But it's just those little things. Like, again, oh my God, I can't. Again, if you're going to write something on page 6 and you're going to mention it again on page 27, make sure it makes sense. Make sure it makes sense. That's all I got to say, guys. So, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Finding joy. All right, I will see you all in the next episode, okay? So until then, TTFN.